Okay, there's a little bit of a breeze. I don't know if that's going to affect the wind noise on this or not. Um, this is that area where we're going to be building the airship. Haven't got started on it yet, other than collecting some tires and have this tire wall here and done for the garage. I haven't done an update on this for a while, but you can see garage wall there, chimneys up on the end. The roof is on the entire length of the garage. It's just got plastic on it for now. I don't have my fascia board on the end of my rafters yet. I've got to get that on before I can do the metal roofing. That, and I need the what's it called, the foam board. Foam board's still got to go on there before the metal roofing. And I haven't got all my vapor barrier covered, but it's been up for a while. Yeah, the vapor barrier has been up since before I started framing the roof. But the roof's all framed. It's sheeted on this end. I don't have the siding up yet, or the what's it called? Anyways, roofing's not on, siding's not on yet, but this end is covered with the sheeting. It's basically all closed in inside, but not insulated at all. That's yet to come. I want to get it all completely dried in with the roof on and all that before I get any of the fiberglass insulation in the rafters. But I'm going to be doing a R30 fiberglass in the rafters, and then at the bottom of that I'm going to do another layer of 1-inch foam board, and then a cedar boards for the roof, instead of drywall or anything. I've got a source for a bunch of half inch thick, 4-inch wide cedar boards, so I'm gonna do a bunch of that for the roof. It's probably going to cost about twice what drywall will, but I think it'll be a lot better. But yeah, so the building is 32 wide, 68 long. The roof is actually 70 long, just because of where the pony wall over the tires ended up. But yeah, from up here, you could see so I'm on the back side of the house, right where the environment dirt is. Let me walk down into the driveway a little bit and get a better view of the whole thing. There we go. Yeah, it's evening. Sun will be setting in about an hour. So you can see the berm of dirt goes right up to the block wall. It's actually going to end up going almost to the bottom of those rafters. I got a lot of dirt to move in there still. I'll put over the top of the vapor barrier. The vapor barrier is going to get buried about 2 feet or 1.5 feet or so, and that'll take the berm of dirt all the way up to basically just below where the black plastic and the plywood meet there. And then that siding is going to be live edge cedar siding on this end, with a lion blue roof with charcoal trim. Let's see, walk around the front a little bit. The other thing we're going to do is get the planter boxes. So the whole front of this side of the house is going to have planters that come out 4 feet from the house and 4 feet tall, and that will embank the block wall. At least the bottom 4 feet of it will be embanked into the soil. Eventually our front door is going to go here where this piece of plywood is, but that's not going to be put on there until the porch is done. So about 4 feet out this way, over to the concrete pillar there, out 12 feet from the building. Yeah, there's a little bit of trash and stuff there still. It needs to get cleaned up, but anyways, so about a 12 foot by 12 foot patio or porch is going to get poured there. Pillars out here in the front corner, and then I'll do a single pitch on that back to the fascia board on the roof, and try and keep the same slope from the roof out over the porch. So once that porch is poured and done, basically once the porch is poured, then I can open up that front door and actually install the front door there. The other thing that needs to happen before the porch is poured is for the planters that are going to go. There's going to be a planter that comes right off of the point there, comes out and follows the tire wall to the end of it, and then back over. And that's going to end up being 4 foot tall from over here. But by the time you're at the patio height, or the porch height, that's going to be like 2.5 feet over here. So that's, anyways, it's 16 inches. The door opening is 16 inches above the floor. That's where the porch is going to be. So it'll be, even with the porch, and you'll have 2 steps down into the building from there. So then 4 feet over this side of it, so about where that bucket is, I'm going to have a planter box that comes out 4 feet and goes over to the edge of the concrete there. The original design on this is it's going to be a garage, and this, where the plywood is here, is going to be the garage door. Is going to be the garage door in the future once the Earthship is built. But we're moving into the garage as if it were the house while we build the Earthship. So we're getting this. Anyways, we're getting the house done, or the garage done like a house. So we're leaving, not putting the planter boxes in front of here, but we're leaving that as our temporary front door until the porch is done, and then this will get closed in, and there will be a window there. Over here, this wall is already closed in. That's where the other garage door was going to be. It's a 4 foot wide concrete or center block pillar there. That's going to get a planter box that comes out 4 feet and up 4 feet, so that center block there will be embanked also. And then on the other side, the same thing, except, basically it's going to be the same planter box. I've got this white pipe here as the stub out for the clean out for the septic, in case the line gets clogged. That will end up getting, when the planter box is filled, that'll get extended right up to the top of the planter, or to the top of the dirt inside the planter. And then this other thing you see here is the stub out for my propane, and I put that just a little bit low. I should have been up 1 or 2 more blocks above that, so when it stubs up in the planter box, it's above ground and not below ground. But I'm going to end up having to put in like a sprinkler control box or something where that stubs in, so that it's not buried. And I still have to get some mortar and fill in all these little gaps. And I've already got the mortar, I just got to take the time to do it, mix it up and fill in all the gaps along there. There were little gaps in the bottom here and over there. I had somebody helping me when I first started laying the block, and they weren't putting the mortar between the blocks. They were only putting it underneath each row. So that made more work for me, and I've already used the mortar to fill in on this, around this corner. But I've got to do the same all the way down. And then this wall here, that's going to have the same. So the planter box that starts right at this end of that garage door, it comes out 4 feet. It's going to come all the way down here, 4 feet past the corner here, and then it's going to turn 4 feet out from the wall all the way up to that corner and back into the edge of the wall. And then outside of that planter box, we're going to have a walkway right along here that goes up to the front door of the Earthship, which will be just past the edge of the garage there. And so when we finish off the Earthship, it'll be what is it, 100 and, anyways, it's going to be 85 feet long, and then interior space will be 19 feet deep, so just shy of 1,700 square feet for the actual Earthship. And then the garage is about just over 2,200 square feet. So yes, the garage is a lot bigger than the actual Earthship itself. But yeah, so this planter box will go in, and then one thing I was going to say is we're going to do the planter boxes with the same block that I did the walls with, but then we're going to come back over these walls and face them with flagstone. So from the from the outside of the building, it'll look like flagstone. You know, it'll look like it was made with stones, but we're going to I don't know how to say it, but we're going to be putting flagstone all over the face of the planters and the block wall. At least that's the tentative plan. That may end up changing, but that's tentatively what the plan will be. Back this way, we're circling all the way back around to where I started the video. I was standing up there on the berm of dirt above those tires. So you can see the tire wall there. That tire wall wraps the whole, the north half of the west wall and the entire north wall of this garage. And it's going to continue the way it is, 85 feet over to the west, and end up being the north wall of the Earthship, and then wrapping the west wall of the Earthship, and then having it, so it'll come along here to the west. This is only dug out about 70 feet. I got to dig about another 15 feet out that way, and then it'll turn down here and then kick out there, and then along the front here there will be a greenhouse, and the glass level of the greenhouse will be just above the ground level out here, you know, so where the greenhouse starts. And I have to do some landscaping out front anyways. So from the back side, from the north side of the house, it's really just going to look like a berm of dirt up to a roof line. And then from the front side or the south side, you'll just see the glass windows coming up, look like they're coming right up out of the ground, and then up to the roof. And I've got solar panels to put on already for the Earthship. We are hooked up to the grid here, and so we've been using grid power for all the construction and everything, but the plan is to have enough solar to be able to run the whole thing even if the grid goes down. Basically putting enough solar panels up to completely eliminate the power bill. And I have the solar panels for that, but I don't have the inverters or battery bank yet. But that's on the list of things to get as the build progresses. But here's the garage from the west. The basic. So that wooden section of the wall here, as you can see right in that area, that was done because on this side of that wooden section of the wall is going to be the living room of the Earthship. On the other side, it's the garage, and that'll just be an insulated wall between the two. And one of the reasons I did that is because my block work underneath that section, that wall was not very straight, and by the time I got it, got up to that 4-foot high point, the block was, I had straightened out the block, but it had staggered in so much that, anyways, just poor block work. Let's just leave it at that. And I didn't want to continue because I didn't think the wall was going to be strong enough to continue in block all the way up. And so I decided to frame out a wooden wall there, and figured that was the one section I could get away with it because it was going to be between the living room of the Earthship and the garage. But you can see over here, this berm and dirt, I've got to excavate out to about this point, so that it's that 85 feet from the garage wall out to the inside of the west wall of the Earthship. And anyways, about a 15-minute update on what we've got going on. If you're liking these videos or interested in the build, go ahead and like and subscribe and ask any questions you want. I appreciate the comments and the questions, and yeah, willing to answer anything. if it's something that takes a video to answer, I have no problem doing a video to answer the questions. Thanks.